Let's see. Good morning on this Sunday. It's a little humid out here. Doing one of my, I'm going to call it Spring Branch Walk number 1. We should start numbering these things, but it just rained. So it is like 237% humidity out here, but not that hot. So this feels great, actually. Well, so I'm thinking, for the people that might need to hear this, I started doing these walks years and years ago, and I don't mean for this to turn into a story time, so I'm going to try to go quickly so I'm not taking up too much of your Sunday. But essentially, these walks were a way for me to escape the life I had. I mean, I would take these walks and I would literally think, if I make it to the spot of shade over there in the next 10 seconds, that means something good is going to come my way. Or there used to be a blinking street lamp, and I used to think, if that thing lights up as I walk under it, that means something great is going to happen. I mean, I had little omens and things. I was so desperate for a change in my life. And the thing is that I was taking these walks almost as an escape. During one of the worst times, I actually didn't have a car at the time. And so I would walk often from work to home. And it'd be usually at night, and there were many times where I would just walk out to go grab some lunch. There was a little place around the corner. But the point is that any escape, any relief that I could get, and it felt like I could finally breathe. But I knew as soon as I walked in, it was going to be the same pressure, the same just whatever was going on. And what I have learned is that it's got nothing to do with a great opportunity falling on my lap. It has nothing to do with other people making sure that I was feeling okay. It had nothing to do with the work, but it had everything to do with my outlook. And by outlook, I mean, to be very specific, the expectation I had of myself. At that point, I had a very low expectation. I wished for a lot. I had high hopes, but the expectation I had of myself was very low. I held myself to a very low standard in all phases. I mean, physically, just very, very low standards. And so, guess what? It comes to fruition when you have low standards. You become that. All this to say, guys, have higher standards, have high expectations of yourself, and know that you can get there. Know that you can do it. Do not live a life of quiet desperation when it is only a mirage inside of your mind. That's all it really is. I'm working on my new workshop, and I'm going to be covering the 10 points I learned at the legendary Washington Gym, WG. And this is one of them. So anyways, now when I take these walks, it's about gratitude and planning and just a nice feeling of satisfaction knowing that the thing I was waiting for and hoping for and wishing for and praying for so hard was simply the realization that I needed to wake up to my own potential and hang on to a system or a belief that could get me to where I thought I wanted to go. Things can change, and you can, of course, course correct, but you have to get started somewhere. Super long video. I apologize. Hope this helps. Reach out anytime.